more bodies would be good. Yeah.
The WNBA's dirty little secret just got exposed, and it only took 5 words to blow the whole thing wide open. Indiana Fever president Kelly Krauskopf didn't hold back. When asked about the league's broken roster rules and the chaos they've caused, she dropped a truth bomb so brutal it left the whole WNBA scrambling for answers. And if you think this is just about the Fever, think again.
And because, the WNBA, the roster sizes are so much smaller. So when you get down to the 11-player roster and you lose 3 players like
this is a huge domino effect after Caitlin Clark's injury, and now the WNBA might be struggling to even survive. Do you think the WNBA deserves to be exposed? Drop a comment and let me know. So what's really going on? Right now, WNBA teams are capped at just 12 players. Sounds tight? It gets worse. Thanks to the salary cap, most teams can only afford to carry 11. That's 11 players to survive an entire grueling season. No room for injuries, no room for error.
We're down in numbers, but we're looking at adding another player for a replacement player to help us with our numbers.
And when players inevitably start going down, teams are left scrambling to sign emergency hardship contracts just to put bodies on the floor. Sound like a professional league to you? Didn't think so. Take the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark, the league's biggest draw, out. Sophie Cunningham, out. Sydney Colson, out. At one point, the Fever were down to 1 active guard, Kelsey Mitchell. 1 guard.
Just more bodies would be good. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Imagine paying top dollar for a game and seeing your team field half a roster. Imagine trying to build momentum for a league that's already struggling for attention, only to have your biggest stars sidelined because you can't afford a deeper bench. It's a joke, but no one's laughing. And if you think the players are happy about this, wait till you hear what's coming next. Kelly Krauskopf knew exactly what she was doing when she made that comment. More bodies would be good wasn't just a suggestion, it was a call-out.
It's something that you just deal with being in this league, with the roster sizes being a little bit smaller, and that's why you try to build
a direct shot at the WNBA's outdated collective bargaining agreement, which ties team rosters to a salary cap system that hasn't kept up with the times. NBA teams carry 15 players. They have two-way contracts. They have G League pipelines. They have room to breathe, room to protect players' bodies, room to grow the game, while the WNBA is still stuck in the past.
This may be another perfect example of where the W, if they could get to where they had, like the NBA has 2 ways, but maybe home player development roles, and they could be available in times like this. Would that be ideal?
Just more bodies.
And here's the kicker. The WNBA's current CBA doesn't expire until after the 2025 season, which means unless serious pressure is applied, this broken system could drag on for another year or more, and what's happening behind the scenes could get even messier. See, the WNBA loves to brag about growth, new TV deals, expanding fan bases, record-breaking rookies like Caitlin Clark, but the ugly truth is none of that matters if the league can't protect its players.
She's literally talking about how instead of giving players 6 or 7 options and all of these things, she basically is as much as said, we don't want players making reads. We're going to basically put them in a box and tell them exactly what they have to do in situations, and then we're going to simplify that. And I'm like,
if stars keep getting injured because teams can't afford proper depth, all the hype, all the money, all the momentum, it goes up in smoke. And fans, they're not stupid. They can see the difference between a league investing in its product and a league cutting corners. The Fever's situation is the perfect example. Instead of being able to plug in backups and keep the engine running, they had to throw a Hail Mary and sign Ari McDonald to a short-term hardship contract just to survive. That's the WNBA.
So the Indiana Fever finally made a signing. They just signed their very first hardship player in the last 2 seasons in Ari McDonald.
But trust me, it's not just the Fever feeling this pressure. The cracks are showing across the entire league. Other teams are whispering the same frustrations. Players are quietly furious. Coaches are biting their tongues in pressers. And when the next CBA talks roll around, you better believe bigger rosters and two-way contracts are going to be at the top of the list. The players want it, the coaches want it, the fans need it.
They need to be able to take care of the ball, learn the offenses quickly, do a decent job on defense as well. Like, with these hardship signings, I feel like essentially you just can't be a liability. And
the only question is, will the WNBA leadership actually listen, or will they do what they've always done? Protect the bottom line, ignore the warnings, and pray the fans don't notice. And if you thought Krauskopf's comment was bold, what's coming next could blow the roof off the league. Kelly Krauskopf didn't just throw shade, she turned on a spotlight. She made it crystal clear. The WNBA has two choices, adapt or collapse. More bodies would be good is more than a wish. It's a warning. Because the truth is, without roster expansion, without better player protections, the league is risking the entire future of women's professional basketball. And the sad part is, this isn't rocket science. NBA rosters aren't bigger just for fun. Depth protects stars. Depth keeps fans engaged. Depth keeps the business healthy. Without it, you end up with what the Fever faced: a battered team, a frustrated fan base, and a league that looks more amateur hour than professional. And with Caitlin Clark out injured right now, the WNBA is getting a brutal preview of what happens when you can't protect your stars. The Fever president said the quiet part out loud, and now the WNBA has nowhere to hide. If you think the WNBA is sabotaging itself, hit the like button. And if you want the real updates, the ones they don't want you to hear about the WNBA and Caitlin Clark, smash subscribe and tap the bell, because this is far from over.